Friends on YouTube, this story is about a boy in India who was bitten by a black mamba. To save his life, his parents take him to the Naga sanctuary where a chilling pact is made. Please support us by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. "12,000 years ago, in an era when the earth was a raw tapestry of shifting ice and burgeoning magic, the air over the Indus Valley hummed with a frequency that modern ears have long since forgotten. In a small village nestled between the emerald embrace of the jungle and the sapphire shadow of the rising Himalayas lived a boy named Prithvi. He was a child of laughter and sun-baked skin, the only son of Kabir, a farmer whose strength was etched into his calloused palms, and Sanavi, a woman who spoke to the hearth fires as if they were old friends. One sweltering afternoon, while chasing a dragonfly with wings like spun glass, Prithvi ventured beyond the protective stone markers of his village. He stumbled into a clearing where an ancient, faceless monolith stood draped in strangling vines. There, coiled within a sunbeam, lay a black mamba, a creature of shadow and speed. Its scales shimmering with a lethal, iridescent oil, the strike was a blur of obsidian light. The fangs sank deep into Prithvi's ankle, delivering a dose of venom so potent it felt like liquid fire racing toward his heart. When Kabir and Sanavi found him, his breath was a ragged whistle and his skin had turned the color of bruised plums. They rushed him to the nearest outpost, where Dr. Sterling, a man of cold logic and surgical precision, examined the boy. Sterling's face went ashen as he watched the black veins spreading across Prithvi's chest. "There's no serum for this," Sterling whispered, his voice cracking. "This isn't just biology. It's a predatory force. His organs are shutting down. He has less than an hour. Prepare yourselves for the end." But Sanavi's eyes ignited with a desperate ancestral fire. "The end is only for those who believe in it," she hissed. She and Kabir gathered their dying son and ran toward the Forbidden West, toward the Naga sanctuary, a place where the barrier between the physical world and the realm of the great serpent was thin as a moth's wing. They burst into the central chamber, a cavernous hall where the walls seemed to breathe. The air tasted of copper and ancient incense. They prostrated themselves before the altar of Shesta, the thousand-headed deity who balances the world upon her coils. "Take our lives! Take our memories!" Sanavi screamed into the humming silence. "Just let him breathe!" The cavern groaned. From the deepest shadows, the deity Shasta manifested a titanic presence of emerald scales and shifting eyes. The deity's voice vibrated not in their ears, but in their very marrow. "I will purge the rot, but the boy will no longer be yours. He shall be my pendant, the vessel of my word. He will walk the earth as my judge. Where he steps, he shall bring the rain of life or the drought of death, according to my whim. Do you bind him to my service?" "We bind him," Kabir and Sanavi sobbed, sealing their son's fate. The black mamba emerged from the altar, coiled around Prithvi's neck, and began to draw the poison back out. As the blackness left his veins, a shimmering gold light took its place. When the boy opened his eyes, the pupils were vertical slits of molten amber. Prithvi was gone. Krish had been born. 20 years passed. Krish grew into a man of haunting beauty and terrifying stillness. He traveled the world as a nomad monk, a holy judge who moved with the fluid grace of a cobra. In the village of Oakhaven, he met a powerful industrialist named Harrison, a man who sought to strip the mountains of their gold and build a city of iron. Harrison viewed the Serpent Pandit as a threat to his progress and hired Alana, a master of espionage, to find Krish's weakness. Alana tracked Krish to a mountain ridge. She expected a monster, but she found a man who meditated in the center of a circle of vipers, his face a mask of profound sorrow. "You seek to kill what is already dead," Krish told her without opening his eyes. "I'm but a hollow reed through which Shasta breathes." The tension reached a breaking point when Harrison launched a preem strike. He used heavy machinery to tear down the local temple, hoping to draw Krish out. The confrontation was a masterpiece of dynamic chaos. Harrison's men fired nets of electrified wire, trapping Krish. For a moment, it seemed the deity's power had failed. But as Harrison approached with a blade, Alana, moved by the purity of Krish's burden, turned her weapons on the guards, cutting the wires. Krish stood, and the sky turned a bruised purple. He entered a divine trance. "Shasta has seen your greed," he roared. The ground began to ripple like a sea. In an astonishing display of power, the iron of the machines turned into living serpents that slithered away, and the gold in Harrison's vaults turned into bitter salt. Harrison, seeing his empire dissolve into dust, lunged at Alana in a fit of rage. Krish didn't strike him down with lightning. Instead, he performed a miracle of mercy, a twist Shasta had not commanded. He touched Harrison's brow, stripping away his ambition and his memories of malice, leaving him as simple and harmless as a child. Shasta's voice thundered in Krish's mind, demanding the man's life, but Krish held firm. "I am your voice," Krish whispered, "but I am still the son of Kabir and Sanavi." Krish left Oakhaven that night, accompanied by Alana. He remained the pundit, a bringer of calamity to the wicked and blessings to the pure, a living bridge between the wrath of a god and the mercy of a man. His legend grew, a story of a boy who was killed by a snake only to become the soul of the world,